Hi everyone, welcome if you're new here. I'm so happy to have you. And if you're my previous subscribers, welcome, my little astronauts. I will now be retiring the name Baby Dinosaur as it kind of gives me reptilian vibes, and I'll go more in depth with that in another video. But it kept freaking me out, so I decided to change it. If you have not checked out my community page, if you look, right? His name is Spacey, so he's gonna be our channel's mascot. So say hi. Let me know what you guys think of him. He's gonna be someone who represents the core values of the channel as well. But anyway, if you guys see on the top of your screen, you have all my socials. So if in case you don't feel like going to the bottom or the description, you can just look up here and you'll find my socials there as well. We are going to be covering a range of topics today. It's going to be quite interesting. I don't know what my guys have in store, so we'll find out. This is being live streamed May 8th, 2021 at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in booking a reading with me, check the description below. I have everything ready there for you. And here are disclaimers that you can quickly go through. This is for entertainment purposes only. Here's another disclaimer. Another one. And that's really it. I won't be doing tour on this channel for right now because I am injured. And I have messaged a lot of you guys back in terms of your comments. If you have not received a response yet, just don't worry. I'm going to respond to you. We're going to jump into this as soon as possible, okay? Going to be using this type of crystal. I don't know what crystal this is. I think it's celestilite, if I'm correct. All right. Spirits and angels, tell me, what messages do we need to know right now? Can you show me any images, like a mental image? Okay, you can go. All right, so they're telling me that right now I feel a sense of coldness around me, which obviously I know because I turned the fan on. Okay, yes, I do feel cold. Okay, so they're telling me that they want me to know that they are the one doing the cold around me. Interesting. You trying to make me freeze to death? All right, so they're telling me they're trying to send me a message about Antarctica. Okay, what message do you want me to portray to my viewers about Antarctica? So they're telling me they're undercovering something in Antarctica right now. Did this take place in 1914 or 1940s? Okay, okay. Can you tell us what they may have found? All right, so they're telling me it's like a mammoth, but it's not a mammoth. Okay. So what about this mammoth that we need to know about? Like what? So it's not a mammoth, right? So what is it then? Okay, so they're saying it's a half mammoth, half hybrid dinosaur. How did that come about? So they're telling me this happened because of the last human generation, the last human species, not our species, but another species, mutated animals and created hybrids, and they've been wiped out because of it. Can you show me like a mental image of what this animal looks like? They cannot show it to me because it's classified information. Okay, is there like any babies around this animal? Could they extract the DNA from this animal? Like what kind of discovery are they doing? All right, so they're telling me they're trying to repopulate the dinosaurs. So you're telling me that this species of humans are trying to repopulate dinosaurs. Is that correct? So tell me, yes, that's correct. Is it just because humans have the higher level capacity to be able to play God? They're telling me no. Is there another species involved along with us? So they're telling me it's just human, just a mutated human. So I guess right now what they're telling me is that there are two different species of humans right now on Earth: the regular humans and the ones that are mutated humans. Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about those mutated humans? So they're telling me they're half reptilian and a half human. Okay, so reptilians are kind of like dinosaurs, right? So they're telling me that reptilians originated from dinosaurs. Okay, so I always thought, like Spears and Angel, that reptilians originated from Mars. Is that correct? Because they're green most of the time, or like at least in some degree, right? Okay, so they're telling me that no, the reptilians or the dinosaurs were actually made on Earth. We, as a human species, came from Mars. So, if anything, we're the alien. So they're telling me that right now Mars was dying out, like the actual like planet was dying out, right? And so the Reptilians took it upon themselves to mutate humans with for their own benefit and for their own worth. So they're telling me right now that humans are a lot easier to play God than reptilians can. Okay, so what necessarily happened with the asteroid or the meteor that hit the Yucatan Peninsula when it wiped out the dinosaurs 65 million years ago? What do we need to know about that? Like, does that have any sort of correlation? Like, okay, so if the dinosaurs were wiped out, supposedly, but then there's reptilians, how does that necessarily work? Can you explain how that may have been? Is the whole thing a lie? So they're telling me the dinosaurs has been wiped out in the past, but it's also telling me at the same time like all of us are living in the past right now, and that the same thing's gonna happen again to the dinosaurs. Also with the humans as well. Okay, so spirits and angels tell me. So are you referring to the fact that the Bible was also kind of hinted at like the flooding and why we have flooded civilizations underwater, stuff like that because of Noah Ark and the story of Noah and stuff like that. Then you're also talking about the fact that the Bible might be a scientific book. Is that correct? So they're telling me yes, the book is very scientific. So if okay, so just say the Bible, okay, happened, like this whatever. There has been an atomic explosion, right? And there were humans before the atomic explosion. Someone was to pick up a book that was supposed to be a science book, but they instead interpreted it as a philosophy in terms of a religion, but really it's a scientific book, right? So just say, millions of years from now, we have an atomic bomb or atomic war, right? A human or someone else comes across a book from our timeline where we had like a Dr. Seuss kids book, right? And so basically what you're explaining is that if someone picks up the book, right, after atomic blast, they will literally take this thing as a sacred piece of art, even though it's just a kid literature book. Is that correct? Is that what the same scenario happened with the Bible? All right, so they're telling me right now the Bible is foreshadowing what's going to happen in the future. These quote unquote dinosaurs never initially went extinct, at least in our timeline. In other timelines, they did. But in our timelines, no. Okay, so it's a meteor and also a meteor asteroid is that an atomic bomb. All right, so they're telling me it's not a meteor, it's not an asteroid, it's an atomic bomb. That's why I was so willing to wipe out the entire planet, is because of a weapon. Okay, so Spears and Angels tell me, are you saying that the reptilians, okay, are they trying to bring back or resurrect dinosaurs back onto planet Earth? Did they say no? They're not trying to resurrect these dinosaurs because they're already here. All right, so okay, so that's a whole another scenario of information. Where are these dinosaurs? Okay, so they're telling me that these dinosaurs, quote unquote, they're hiding them underwater. Okay, to like an underwater facility? Are they actually like dinosaurs that adapted to the ocean due to evolution? What's going on here? So they're telling me half half, which probably means that like half of them went into the ocean and adapted into the water and became an animal in the ocean, and some of them were on the ground in like a facility. How long has this been going on for? So they're telling me thousands of years, Chris, thousands of years. That's literally word by word what they just told me. Who's running this facility? All right, so they're telling me, okay, so they're telling me like high end people. Okay, so they're saying the reptilians, of course. They're saying George Soros. They're saying Rockefeller, Carnegie. They're saying Elon Musk. Is there anyone outside of the United States? So they're telling me yes, there are other people outside the United States, but they wouldn't tell me because I won't be able to know how to pronounce their name properly. Okay, I'm seeing a Brazilian president, like a president from Brazil. That's right. It's the guy who's in office currently. Is that correct? Okay, so they're saying no, not the one that's currently in office for Brazil, but the one before him knows about this quote unquote dinosaur in the ocean. Okay, so Spirits and Angels, tell me, has everything that I ever thought about the dinosaurs and the sharks and stuff like that, is those thoughts genuinely download information that you guys have given me, or are they actually my own thoughts? Oh, I gotta lower this. This is so loud. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense. So they are my own thoughts, correct? All right, all right. So I would like to ask you because I always thought and always knew inside my heart that the megalodon never went extinct. I always knew that I was still around even till today. Why is it that we as a collective, as a human species, only allowed or has quote unquote discovered 5% of the world's ocean? Why is that? So they're telling me it's because they don't want people to see the facility. All right, so is Hollywood and all these other actresses, countries, and leaders and stuff like that, are they trying to get us comfortable, quote unquote, with the idea of dinosaurs being introduced to human species again? Are these the quote unquote aliens that we're talking about? So they're saying no and no. Okay. All right. So, all right. It just explains why and how people are able to figure out on a theological level that when they dig up like bones in the ground, right, and then taking rid of the dust, it's just how they're able to know exactly what this animal looks like. And I can sure as hell tell you, if I saw some of these bones in the freaking ground or even yet in a coffin, I want to be able to tell you on face value what the individual looked like. Or even yet, I wouldn't even know. I'll probably draw them like an alien, right? So how do these people necessarily know that they have scaly skin? Yes, some of them are engraved in like mud and stone and stuff like that. but how do they know exactly what this future is? How do you even know it was lizard? What if it was like a fish with a tail, I guess, or something? Like, how did they know it had to be a lizard? Like, how did they know? Like, it's just an odd observation that they just suddenly started doing this in the early 1800s. What's the backstory here? So it's just saying to me that humans are trying to play God. All right, all right. Who are these humans that you're speaking of? Are you speaking about like, okay, am I a mutation? All right, so they're saying no, I'm not a mutation. All right. What's the difference between a mutated human and a regular human? Just hypothetical. All right, so they're telling me that a mutated human is under the control and will of the reptilian. So they're basically like a slave, is that right? So they're telling me that they are a slave unknowingly or subconsciously, I guess. How does this work? How does the command work? Okay, so they're telling me that they have access to the person's brain or molecular. Damn it! Okay, excuse me. Molecular structure, the molecule in the brain. They have access to their dreams, and the way that they communicate is via dream state. So it feels like as if they have access to this individual's DNA, where they have such high advanced technology that they're able to tap into someone's dream state and to be able to influence the action via that way, or in a subconscious level again. Okay, are the reptilian telekinesis? So they're telling me that no, that they don't have telekinesis, but they can see you when they are invisible. All right, so there is no one here right now with me. There's no lizard. There's no one. Okay. Can you show us or tell us signs, spirits, and angels? How do we know if we ever encountered this lizard individual? All right, so it's telling me the first sign is they smell like pee or urine. Okay, they're like a distinct smell. Is it like human pee? Is it like animal pee? So they're telling me lizard pee has a protein in it, and they're telling me the word amphetamine in it. I don't know what that means. I'm not a scientist or whatever, but they're saying amphetamine in the urine. You're gonna know the difference. That's what makes the difference in terms of odor. Okay, what else? Okay, they're telling me the next thing is they wear diapers. And that would explain why you would be able to smell them. Are they shapeshifters? All right, so they're telling me yes, they are shapeshifters. This is interesting. It's different. It's kind of like Jurassic Park over here. Okay. All the animals that we see in Jurassic Park and all the other animals that they spoke about, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Velociraptor, the Brontosaurus. I think that might be something with the lungs. I'm not sure. Very far off. But are all those animals true? They're telling me that all the animals that have been described by scientists are indeed true and real, except the ones that have been mutated in the movies. So those like Indominus Rex and stuff like that are not real. Okay, so spirits and angels tell me, are all the animals in the species that they have spoken about, do they still exist today? So they tell me yes they do, but it's just as babies, not as adult form, which is how they're able to contain them. Okay. So what is the goal of the quote unquote reptilian? Like what are you trying to accomplish here? All right, so hold on. Okay, thank you. So they're telling me that reptilians mutated human because they have a higher level of intelligence and molecular structure in the brain. That they're able to acquire problems and use the mathematical equation to solve certain problems that either reptilians cannot solve themselves. Okay. What else do we need to know about that? So the main point of the structure and the rejuvenation of extinct species known as humans was the goal of the purpose from the reptilians was to revive and find a cure for immortality as reptilians are mortal. So that's why humans on Earth, at least the one in terms of Garden and Eden, were actually the mutations of regular humans. Is that correct? So I heard in my ear that the god is a lizard. So hold on. I thought Adam and Eve, I thought Adam means like as in an atom, but it's like a molecular structure that is just empty and hollow without Eve, who is an energy source, because the Bible considers a scientific book, right? Correct? So they're telling me that actually the story of Adam and Eve, Adam is an atom and Eve is an energy source. That's what it stands for. But then it's also telling me that Cain is the name of the machine or the machine that they call. It's known as Cain. And the energy source that they use to rejuvenate humans or make a modification to humans is also known as Abel. Cain and Abel. Or Cain Abel. So that's how necessarily describing the process to me right now. All right, so are you telling me that okay, so is Adam and Eve an actual individual? So they're saying yes, Adam and Eve is indeed an individual, but also an energy source as well. And the reason for that is that they decided that it was easier if they called everything the same name by the molecular structure, because then it will get people too confused to properly comprehend or understand that there's an atom in terms of the molecule, and then there's an atom as the individual that people cannot, in terms of human brain, cannot deviate between the differences. It's supposed to fool the people, basically. Interesting. Okay, so what is the Garden of Eden? So, okay, so they're saying to me, I asked them, what is the Garden of Eden, right? And they're saying that it's also often referred to as the Garden of Eden. I'm seeing like a structure, like this big high wall with like fences on the top, like metal fences, the same way that they use in like the Velociraptor Jurassic Park, but with humans. Or like modified humans, so to speak. Okay, what's the goal of this Garden of Eden? What's the goal here with the Garden of Eden? So they're telling me it's supposed to copy and follow the same timeline and script as the inner Earth or inner world. Inside of Earth, there's another Earth, like another timeline, another motionality, like another timeline, so to speak, or another world within a world. You know what I mean? The kind of same concept that I explained to you guys in another video. It's kind of doing the same thing here. It's telling me that they are trying to copy the old timeline. Is it because it failed, or is it because they succeeded in that timeline but are struggling in this timeline? Okay, they're telling me they have succeeded in the past, but have not yet succeeded in the future. Which tells me here, and they're telling me now that this timeline, they have not had success yet because the past didn't happen. At least in our timeline, because the past is actually our future. Okay, so with the resurrection of dinosaurs, what does necessarily does this mean for humans as a collective? So they're telling me it means survival of the fittest as a collective. Okay, so it's just gonna happen in the 5D, the 4D, the 3D, the 2D, the 1D. So they're telling me it's gonna happen in the 4D, the fourth dimension. Does this necessarily mean that we're still in the third dimension now? So they're telling me yes, but we're coming out of the 3D dimension. So this is part of the portal. So it's just a portal. The 4D portal is another timeline. So they're telling me it's a portal. So they're telling me what happened in this portal that they're going to be simultaneously everything that has happened in the past is going to happen on the same exact timeline as ours because we're going through the portal. When you go through the portal, you go through every timeline, almost like space travel. You have to, in order to go forward, you have to go through the past into the future kind of thing. So we're going to kind of relive these moments again. So you were able to experience a lot of everything that we have been talked about in the past. So, you know, we're going to be end up having like almost like a reversal, like a mirror image of ours, except we start from now, we're all the way backwards. Like going to the first time, the birth of civilization, the birth of dinosaurs, the birth of animals, and stuff like that. That's our future because what this timeline is explaining to me is that our past already happened. So what we think of right now is that okay, so what it's explaining to me is that humans were a millisecond in time, right? And I'm trying to explain this in the best possible way easy. The humans are a reflection. So okay, so think about it this way, right? Okay, so if you were to take a picture in a kid class, right, and you had to draw a butterfly, but half the butterfly is already drawn out, and your job is as a kid is to copy in each box the exact detail of the butterfly so that you can make a mirror image, right? That's what I'm getting with the same scenario, except when there's this line, this horizontal line, because it's a mirror image, you start from a half already full image, which means that the only way that you can mirror the image is there has to be an exact timer, exact replica, which is why history repeats itself because it's an exact replica. Because there is no other scenarios that could happen. It's just the repeating scenarios that could happen, right? So if you were to take, okay, so me right now, right, and you would start traveling backwards, that's what they're explaining to me is that it travels backwards. So what we're actually living through in our mind is that the time period or time is different. Time doesn't work the way that we think it does. What it actually does is what they're explaining to me now is that God actually starts from the end of time, go all the way to the beginning of time. That's how it basically works. That's how I should have explained that. Can you give me like a 2 minute break, Spirits and Angels? I'm gonna talk to my subscribers to kind of see and kind of gather information to kind of see if they understand everything that I was saying before you move forward. Can we do that? All right, thank you. All right, guys, if you have questions about what I just told you, let me know. I'm gonna read some of your comments. Hi, everyone. Hi, Egypt. Hi, Sharon. You guys have any questions? Hi, Princess Dinglin. Do you guys have any questions, like any concerns, any question that you would like to ask that I just talked about before? In case we miss any? Before I keep beginning, does anyone have any question about what I talked about, or you think you're good? Oh my god, I look so bad right now. My hair looks so bad. I have to take a shower again. While we wait for you guys to respond, and if not, we can keep going. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and let me know. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and like this video. The more you like this video, it'll get out to more people who are just like us so that we can actually organically grow our channel to have more like-minded individuals with us. Okay. So I'm gonna assume that none of you guys have any questions, so I'm gonna keep going with this. I'm gonna change the crystal now, and I want to kind of do like I want to go into the ocean kind of energy. So we're gonna be using this blue calcite, blue Caribbean calcite energy to kind of see if I can harness like everything in the ocean and what's more going on there as well. I find it quite fascinating and quite interesting. So let me know what you do think of this. It's very different. Of course, everything like that. Thank you, Egypt. All right, hold on. All right, let me just start it again. Okay. All right, I'm back, Spirits and Angel. What are the messages you have for me to give to my viewers? Anything particularly about the ocean and whatever information given to us today? I mean, I don't expect it to be politics, but I guess the energy is going to be for that for tomorrow. All right, I'll relax. Okay. They're telling me to relax right now. What messages do you have for my viewers? So they want me to tell you that the apocalypse is not going to happen in our timeline. And that, what else did you say? I forgot the rest. They're saying that you will not disappear. Meaning, like, afraid of a nuclear bomb or like something like that. I said, okay, they just corrected me. They said that it's not going to happen in your timeline or your lifespan, but it will happen to humanity as a collective. It will happen, but it won't happen under your lifetime. So you can breathe. I don't know about me, but you got nothing to worry about. Will I be old and wrinkly when this happened? Oh, okay, thank you. That's very encouraging. They say no, Chris should be dead too. I mean, thank you. I guess I don't have to run after all. I guess I can still stocking up on McDonald's food. Okay. What do we need to know about the Chinese thing in the sky right now with the rocket? Like they're briefing the rocket and chatting to the air in the sky right now. Like, what do we need to know about that? So a lot of you guys have told me that the Red Scar means communism. It's also the Red Scar on North Korea, and I think it means something in China as well. I'm not exactly sure what the correct definition that you guys use, but what they're saying to me is like, Chris, we told you this like yesterday. I'm like, really? No, they actually told me when I went last live. But what they basically telling me is that the red star in the sky is the Chinese rocket debris that's coming down to Earth. That's what they're warning us about. Because I think somebody says someone named a rocket named Dragon, and that was Elon Musk. I think it was Elon Musk's rocket who we named Dragon, and it would make a lot of sense that it would be a rocket. So maybe when the thing comes down, it looks like a red star. Maybe it's supposed to be a message for you guys to kind of, if you see a red star in the sky, to flee as soon as possible, because I think it goes 18,000 miles per second or hour. So you probably don't have a lot of time to flee. So if you see a red star in the sky, it's probably going to hit you. So you might want to flee where you can. All right, so I'm seeing a city. It's going to hit the center of a city. It feels like New York City, San Francisco. Okay, so I'm hearing four cities. New York City. Okay, that's damn close to me. San Francisco, Tokyo, and Beijing. So it might be hitting one of those four. I feel like that is the path that it's going on, and it depends. It can hit multitude of those areas. It might even go in the ocean. Will it go into the ocean? They're telling me that if it goes into the ocean, a tsunami is coming. Is this the tsunami that I saw in California, just hypothetically? I heard no. That is not the tsunami. Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to know. Want to make sure my babies are safe. What's in the ocean? You're just going to leave me out like that on a cliffhanger? Just going to say we're done today? Sure. Next time, can you please stay longer? Love you too. All right. Does anyone else want to come in today? Okay. Well, he told me that he wanted to leave and that he gave me enough information. So, yeah, my guys do have a sense of humor. It kind of doesn't really make me really happy when I ask them certain questions and they don't respond or give me what I need. Kind of upsets me, if you know what I mean. But it is what it is at this point, right? After the fall of Atlantis, pole shift survival went into the Earth, the center of the Earth. Interesting. So we can kind of look at Atlantis soon. We can kind of get an idea on that as well and what that may mean for Earth as a collective as well. So we can certainly do that. And if you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I just got out of surgery. In case you're wondering why, I only have one arm, one functioning appendage. I love you guys. Have a very beautiful night. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to like this video so that you can go out to people who else will like this type of content.